And what are you doing this summer, Seth?
Collecting pull tabs.
Did you hear about that?
1.6 million pull tabs.
Oh, wow. That's incredible. How did you manage that?
In just 2 months' time.
Yeah.
He's the pop tab kid.
I am Seth Bayles and I am 16 years old. I am trying to raise a lot of money for the Ronald McDonald House. My goal is to collect 1 million pull tabs. I love the Ronald McDonald House.
There's kids that come along that bring everybody else together and make it a better place for everyone. That's Seth.
He's an inspiration, full of energy, full of just life. He wants to help.
Just an incredible kid that just thinks of others besides himself.
That young man's teaching me every single day. He's made me a better educator, he's made me a better father, and he's made me a better husband.
When he shows up, he lights up the room. Everybody wishes and hopes they can have his outlook on life.
You would never know the horror that he goes through.
His sickness seems so unfair, but I know that he has this for a bigger reason. He's here to help teach us how to be better people. You can't do anything but smile when you see him. He's a joy to be around.
Our children are the 8th generation to live here, and it's something that we cherished. Seth has always been an active, happy boy, and sickness was never on our radar. When he was 7, he developed some symptoms we were unsure of. He went downhill fast. It was very aggressive. The fat cells you could just see through the skin were just destroyed. Going from doctor to doctor who had never seen any case like this before.
I was scared. I always say that I have God on my side and God's right here.
It was devastating. You don't know what's going to happen to him. We got to find out answers before, this takes his life.
I promised him we were going to get to the bottom of it and find answers.
I've been doing pediatrics for about 30 years, taking care of complicated kids, and I don't know that I've seen anybody else with his condition. He has lipoatrophy, where the fat cells underneath his skin just wilt away. He's in a sense trying to destroy himself. We call that an autoimmune problem, where the immunity is self-destructing. He has a seizure disorder, his stomach goes slowly, his chest muscles are weak. He's got pain nerves that aren't sensing pain right, so he's hurting a lot of the time. He's got a lot going on every day, which makes his smile a lot more powerful.
He swallows 196 pills every week. Seth gets a methotrexate injection. It's been hard because it's poison. It's not something you would ever want to inject your child with, but it's saving his life. It's the highest dose of low-dose chemotherapy they give to a non-cancer patient. It has side effects, and so he has to constantly be monitored to check his kidney function and his bone marrow production. It kind of is just a waiting game of which organ system it's going to attack next. We find ourselves with dozens of specialists. The beauty of Mayo Clinic has brought the whole big picture together, and when there's a new symptom, I just trust them so much.
The doctors at Mayo Clinic, I'm just so blessed to have them. I love all of my doctors. When I first started coming to Mayo Clinic, we stayed in the Ronald McDonald House. It was such a warm feeling. They just made you feel amazing.
The Bayles are here! Seth B, how are you?
We have been grateful recipients of the Ronald McDonald House. It's just been life-changing for us. When we walked through those doors, it was so comforting and it was like home. And for a moment, we forgot why we were in Rochester. One of the greatest gifts have been the gentleman there, Jeff, who has volunteered. He got Seth to laugh, and we had forgotten what it was like to laugh. And Seth laughed, and he belly laughed for the first time in a long time, and it just brought tears to my eyes, tears of joy.
There's a lot of science about what helps people get better. The Ronald McDonald House keeps patients comfortable, it lets them feel supported. It's a great resource to know patients can get not just a place to sleep, but they can find community and a home away from home. I see lots of patients that wouldn't be able to come here financially if they weren't able to stay in a place like that.
There are so many things that the Ronald McDonald House provides for the families that are staying there in crisis. And there's just such a great need for more families to get served. Every time we come into Rochester, we're going to be looking at a waiting list. And it's so sad because I just want more families to experience what we've been able to experience.
They do have a long waiting list because they only have 42 rooms. I am trying to raise a lot of money for the Ronald McDonald House to start on the second part that they are adding on to it. I'm really excited about that.
It's out of the overflow of what's been given to us that we want to give back.
It takes a lot of pull tabs. That's why I try to collect as much as I can, and I love that people have been coming to me and bringing the pull tabs.
When Seth decided to start this, it just went gangbusters. Drums of tabs. They were humongous. Overwhelming response to Seth.
Wow.
This is so exciting.
Oh, 1 million plus these and the ones in our car. Add those together.
Oh, you guys,
wow.
Thank you.
Thank you all so much. Oh, wow. Oh, man.
It's just stunning how people come all the way from different states just to bring us pop tabs.
All right, nice job, buddy.
People get to know what Ronald McDonald House is and what they can do. They don't have to be a certain age to help other kids.
It's brought our community together. We raise money, we collect the pot tabs. Otherwise, none of us have ever donated to the Ronald McDonald House before this.
Pop tabs are a significant part of our mission and how we're able to do what we do every day. It's just by us bringing it to the recycling facility and getting a check for that aluminum. All of those pop tabs really add up and make a huge difference. Seth has been giving back to the house. He's so focused on the positives. He's going through things that most kids couldn't imagine going through, most adults couldn't imagine going through, and he does it with a mindset of how can I help others, and I think that just speaks to him and his family. They're amazing. They've really become part of our story.
Seth is such a give back kind of person. He's appreciated staying at the house. He knows it takes real money to make this thing go. He just said, I want to give back. I can do pop tabs. And that's just how Seth rolls.
The other thing that's we really want to do is give you the key to the city. And so I put together this, the Seth Bayles, in recognition of, you could have put more, 1 million pop tabs given to the Ronald McDonald House.
Mayor Brady knew what he was doing when he gave out a key. He knew this kid was going to move the world.
It's been a long journey, but you know, there's purpose for everything. So you know, we just hope that we'll be able to bring light to other circumstances. People are going through the same thing.
It's extended a family. It brings the whole community together. A multi-state, regional, national community that comes together. So there's a great value in doing this, much more than the value of little pieces of metal that get saved. It's a means to pull people together.
It's about the connection, and it's about people's desire to want to help and be a part of something bigger.
My future, I want to be a pastor, a hospital chaplain, because I know what the hospital means, and I know what it feels like. I'm blessed, I'm alive, and I'm loving life.
Seth is this light in the room. So many lessons on how to be a compassionate person.
His journey has definitely reshaped this family and what we're all about. Using it to be positive, just showing people what support can do to like an organization like Ronald McDonald House.